So welcome to the sixth and final part of our series on plasma cutting. In this video, we're going to talk about troubleshooting. There are a lot of different things that can go wrong with a machine, so you need to recognize what's going wrong before you go get your supervisor or your instructor. Problem solve this machine and try to figure out what's happening. First and foremost, the most common is water in your air line. If you hear a very loud hissing sign, or if you see any copper spitting from the torch head, you're going to know that you've got some water in that air line. You may have to drain the compressor or install a dryer filter if that's what's going on. That water in air line will erode the small hole in the end of the nozzle, and you'll get irregular, fat, ugly looking cuts with a very large kerf. So check that one out if you hear that hissing sound. Next, a lot of people will contaminate the drag shield due to overuse or a speed too high. If you make that plasma cut too fast and the material doesn't go through, that spark and that dross has to go somewhere, and it will contaminate your drag shield. Then your drag shield may want to catch on the next cut, making it irregular. Sometimes you'll turn on the plasma machine, you'll pull the trigger, air will make a sound, and then it will go away in about 2 to 3 seconds. This is typically common if the air compressor doesn't have enough volume for what the plasma cutter is required. For instance, if you're in a fabrication shop or in a school setting and you've got several other people using that air supply line, the plasma cutter is very demanding on the volume of air that it needs, so it may not have enough air. You may have to wait till one person finishes or increase the pressure coming out of your particular air compressor so that it will run the plasma cutter and all the other tools that your shop is going to require. A lot of different models of plasma cutters have different warning lights located on the front. So if your plasma cutter is not functioning properly, take a look at the warning lights and see if you have low airflow, or maybe, in some cases, there will be a short on the inside so that the tip is eroded so poorly, or the nozzle has been eroded, or sometimes the electrode is disintegrated, and you'll create a short on the inside and the plasma cutter won't allow itself to operate. So we hope that these small tips have been helpful in you to make your career plasma cutting, to get your metal ready, in better shape. If you like this series and you like Kentucky Welding Institute's videos, why don't you give our admin a call? Check us out at kwi.us and get enrolled. The next step after enrollment is to come to us and start getting your hands dirty with some one-on-one time with our instructors at Kentucky Welding Institute.